Έλα παιδιά, Dzimis here. I haven't done a video for a long time because I was just watching the news, completely flabbergasted, as they say, the Americans now, or the British. By the way, sorry, God save the Queen, because, I think that the comedian community, international comedian community, we should denounce most of the politicians for intrusism. These guys are very funny. They're taking away our job because they are very funny now. They must get a lot of gigs. Of course, they get the big gig every 4 years. This is the big year when they have these the erections. It's not the political elections, it's the political erections. But this is everywhere in the world. So this, I was watching now what this Vladimir, this situation in Ukraine. I've been watching it for a few days now. And, things come to mind. I'm going to do some. I love euphemisms, this sort of monochromatic propaganda, this euphemisms, lady, not you feminist. No, because some will start, no, Dzimis is a pro-feminist. Of course I am feminist. What I am not is, I am not a vaginist and I'm not a clitoridian. Feminist, ναι, αλλά ρε πούστε, relax να πούμε, don't get overexcited. So I wanted to do this on euphemisms, this plausible denial, alternative truth, that Trump did. And we start with this special military operation, Vladimir, which is in fact a special Malakia operation, more or less. So, okay, I won't go again. That what we all know, to denazify its Malakias and denazify a country, which is very funny, because his main excuse was, no, there are a lot of Russians there. We're going to protect them. Well, why don't you go into Cyprus as well? No, because 80% of the funds in Cypriot banks are Russians. Who knows, maybe in 2-3 years he say, no, we are going to annex Russia. You don't know. And now, look, 1,000, something like 250,000 Russians fled because they don't want to go to this stupid war now. Stupid war, which is not a war. It's a special military operation. There you go. And they start, Lithuania, Georgia, all these countries. Georgia, by the way, that Vladimir fucked a few years ago. So who knows whether in a few years he doesn't come up with a new idea to annex Lithuania, Finland, Georgia, because there are a lot of Russians there. So, relax when you admit all these people, because you never know what can happen. Because the guy goes in, as in Ukraine, he went in, he wanted to do the business in 72 hours. No, we'll go and we'll make Kiev a beach, and people will go and surf. A beach in 72 hours. So the guy goes in like an elephant, in a glass shop. He goes in like an elephant. And now the guy is coming out of him. He's retiring thanks to the fantastic counter-offensive in Kherson over there. The guy comes out and he's, they're running away like suricatos. The suricato, the marsupial. The suricato, they're always looking like, it's as if they were saying, where are you? Is anybody looking for us? Where are the rest? Pedia, where are the rest? This is the suricato. And then the guy, they said, at the beginning of the war, no, beginning of the war. No, we are hiring people to come and fight with us in Ukraine. So since he helped, Malakas na pume down there, Assad, he took Syrian, warriors, more military Syrian. So the guy these guys from Syria going on February, but what he didn't know is that the guys in August, September, they were going to come out. Sorry, Vladimir, I don't know, just a question. Did you hire Bedouins? Because the Bedouins move with the seasons. So I don't know, maybe you didn't take soldiers, you took Bedouins. Bedouins move, Re Vladimir, think about it, Red Genius. Look at the map. So, the new euphemism now is that they're not retiring. No, they're not retiring. They are regrouping. They actually said, this is a true story. They actually said this. We are regrouping. You're regrouping. And then the other one, another spokesperson, a guy called Irov Konashenkov. This is exactly, you can see it in the news, if you read the internet, No, this is a distraction measure. Distraction measure. The guy said that. You see, so this euphemism, special military operations, distraction measures, we are regrouping. Exactly what are you trying to tell us, Vladimir, what are you trying to tell us? This is what I call, this alternative truth, this plausible denial. It's a war. No, it's not a war. It's a special military operation. Yes, but you're invading. No, it's not an invasion. It's an incursion. No, but you're retiring. No, we are not retiring. We are regrouping. It's a distraction measure. Well, you're fantastic. So at first, when he hires the troops, he gives them money. Guys from Chechnya, from Syria, from I don't know where, over there, Vladivostok, Volgorod, lost completely. People who only, they're in the steppes over there, and they're completely lost in the desert. And he gives them money. Okay, and now since people don't go for money, he tells me, no, if you come and fight for Russia, well, I'll give you the nationality, the citizenship. Remegali, you're applying the golden visa for war. The golden visa is when Portugal, Greece, Italy, Cyprus, all that, they did. If you come and invest in our country, 500,000, 300,000, we give you the residence permit for the Schengen. So the guy is doing the golden visa for war. If you come and fight for me, I will give you the Russian nationality. So this is, the alternative truth. He's doing a good thing. So basically, Vladimir, maybe in other words, when you went in, you were going in for an orgy, and what you found was a symposium in the Vatican. The Ukrainians lost you there, no? Yeah, Vladimir, you cannot do these things. This is like now, it's coming up, going to the Oktoberfest, in Germany or in München, and you say that you're an alcoholic, anonymous, and vegetarian. You don't do these things, Megali. You cannot do. If you go in, you go in. If you don't, you don't. Instead of offering money like this and the Russian nationality, what you should have done is whoever comes and fights for Russia does not pay taxes in Russia or in his country. Half of Greece would have gone. Half of Italy would have gone. Half of Spain would have gone. We don't pay taxes. We go and fight. Of course, you know what we would have done, because as Greeks, we are good people. We would have gone to the Ukrainians. Say, λοιπόν, παιδιά, we're not going to do anything. Θα κάνουμε, λίγο θέατρο, a little bit of theater. Once I have to pay my taxes, what I save and the money I take from Vladimir, we go half-half. Κατάλαβες the business. This is how Greeks we are, but we don't fight. Vladimir. But you have to admit, your marketing was very good, better than the Daesh. The guys from the Daesh, the Islamic Caliphate, because they were saying, no, come and fight for us, die for us, and if I die for you, what do I make? Malaga, you make 70 virgins. What else do you want? You don't even get this in Tinder, Megala, not even in the Playboy mansion. This was very good marketing, but Vladimir pushed it, to the next level. Are Vladimir, I don't know, read the room, Vladimir. Look at the situation. On top of that, you do the referendum now with the General Assembly of the United Nations. You're not a genius. You're a kamikaze, Megala. You're not a genius, you're a kamikaze. You know that only Americans can invade a country and get away with it. Only them. This is what they do. They invade the country and they get away with it. So how? Because they are the kings of bullshit, Remegale. Maybe you should watch a tutorial on YouTube or internet, how to invade a country and get away with it. The Americans are very good at this. You should have sent the Americans there. Maybe they fix it in 2-3 days. The war they win it in 2-3 days. Of course, very bad thought, because normally the Americans, when they go into a war, yes, they win it in 2-3 days, but then they create burdello for another 20 years. They've done that everywhere. The Vietnam, the Iraq, the Afghanistan. They're very good at this. It's like a delayed effect, Yeah, we won. Malaga, you won, but you lose for another 20 years. Or maybe you could have sent in the Israelis. The Israelis, in 2-3 days it's done. And then they tell you, no, we don't confirm and we don't deny. This is typical Israeli, fantastic. On top of that, Zelensky is Jewish. So, they would have had a good cause over there. Yes, the Americans are very good at this. They should write a book, how to fool the United Nations and the international public opinion, and get away with it. Fantastic. This is when you go into the plausible denial, when they went into Iraq. No, they have weapons of mass destruction. They have, like a George, relax. No, they have. So everybody goes in with the other malakas, Blair, Tony. Malaka, go in, let's go in. And they go in and there's nothing. And when they catch up where there's nothing, they say, there's nothing. Τίποτα, δηλαδή δεν είχε τίποτα. Sorry, ρε παιδιά, sorry, we didn't know. Εντάξει, μωρέ, what if he had that? So this is the plausible denial, the what if, which is the weapon of mass destruction, only 2 words, what if. This is when they plant the doubt. What if? And this is what Trump has been doing all this time. What if? No, the Russians did this in the election. No, they didn't do it. But what if they didn't do it? But we have the proofs, Malaga. You became president thanks to them. No, this is what you say. But what if they didn't do it? This is the plausible denial. The what if It's like they put a worm, they put a worm in your brain, and it's like nothing matters anymore. What if whatever you say, whatever you think, whatever they have told you could be a lie? Because why? What if? What if? We don't need proof. Proof of what? You don't need proof. Or we believe in miracles. Miracles don't need proof. They need only faith. This is the plausible denial. It's like in English, it's very strong, because it's like when people tell you, yes, but, when an English guy or whoever tells you, yeah, you talk, but when they say the word but, B-U-T, it means that whatever he told you for 1 hour before doesn't count. Yes, you are the best, you are the good, and I love you, and you're this and that, and you're a talent. But when the but comes, this is the alternative truth. Whatever you heard before doesn't count. Everything is dead. It's like the zombie apocalypse, So, this is the plausible denial. This is the euphemism of, I really think public opinion are assholes. You're all stupid. I know you are, but you don't know you are. But since I'm a politician, I'm going to use your stupidity for my advantage. This is the plausible denial. On top of that, the but. So imagine if they tell you, yes, but what if? So you have the negation, alternative truth, and on top of that, plausible denial. This is when you're dead. Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria, and now Ukraine, and now the referendums. No, but they don't want to be Russians. Yeah, they don't want to be Russians, but what if? This is the referendum now. Donbass, Lugansk, all this guy, Crimea. No, they don't want to be, you invaded. No, I didn't invade, it was an incursion. But what if? You killed a lot of people, and I killed a lot of people. No, I didn't. But what if? This is the plausible denial. This is what they're doing to our brain. And this is like, the euphemistic manipulation. Like people, when they ask you, for example, can I ask you a question? They are already implying they are going to ask you the question, and they don't give a flying shit if you are going to reply, not, can I ask you a question? They are going to ask you. Or, when you get all these letters, business letters, thank you in advance for your understanding. You thank me in advance. Maybe I send you to hell. But, they are already manipulating, It's thank you in advance. So I'm already taking for granted that you're going to say yes to whatever I ask you. So, can I ask you a question? But thank you in advance for your cooperation and your understanding. They are destroying you step by step. And then they become judgmental, A lot of people do this. Sorry to tell you. Don't get me wrong. But, again, the but, don't get me wrong, but when the but comes, it means I don't give a shit if you get me wrong. I'm going to tell you what I think of you or of this situation. The British, they are a little bit more Victorian, They say, I might be wrong, but I might be wrong. But when he tells you the but, he knows he's not wrong. He's already telling you, I know I am not wrong, but I'm going to be Victorian, a little bit humble, the Victorian diplomacy. I might be wrong, but this is the alternative truth, the plausible denial. I'll give you another example, which, it disturbs me. This expression, I don't know who invented this expression, when they talk about gays or lesbians or the LGBTIQ community. No, he came out, or she came out of the closet. What are you saying, come out of the closet? What closet? Ikea, Leroy Merlin, what Zara Home? Where did this expression come from? What do you mean, come out of the closet? Of what closet? Why? Maybe the guy was already there in the living room. Maybe the people who still use that expression, come out of the closet, are the ones who should be put back in the closet. How can you say these things now, Pome? He came out of the closet. Are you implying that the guy was inside? And then, no, I am very gay friendly. Yes. Ah, you are gay friendly, fantastic. And are you gay? No, I'm straight. And they tell you, I'm straight. Remegale, if you say you're straight, are you implying that the other ones are twisted? How can you use these expressions? You see the euphemism. He came out of the closet. I accept it because I am very gay friendly and tolerant, and I'm straight. You're straight. You're saying that this guy is twisted, he's disturbed. And we accept these expressions. It's crazy now, Bume. It's crazy. And we make jokes about this because we are comedians. But comedians, like I said in other videos, comedians, in fact, we are the modern day philosophers because we observe human nature. This is what we do. We observe human nature and try to give it a humoristic or ironical or satirical, my style, view. But I am going to paraphrase. Emmanuel Macron, the archaeologist in France, the president. He said this at the General Assembly, ASS. So this is a message for the United Nations, the Arab League, European Union, the African Union, and Playboy magazine. If this wasn't a tragedy, it would be a parody. Άντε παιδιά, think about it. Dzimis, the Greek genius.